Welcome to number 9 of our underrated or overrated series. These are fun to do. I appreciate everyone writing in with suggestions. Seems like there's not, we can never not have enough suggestions for this topic. So anyway, underrated, overrated number 9. Let's just dive into it. First one is, do I need to crash to go fast? And the short answer is no, but there's a lot of caveats that go along with it. The first one is, I mean, there are crashes that are out of your control, right? So there's, whether it's a mechanical or somebody takes you out. So that's not what we're really talking about here. We're talking about, do you have to push the limits in a way to crash to understand where the limits are? That's really what this conversation is about. And some of that really honestly depends on time and how much time you have available to build your reps and to build that feel of where the limit is. And also the environment that you're doing it in. You know, trying to figure out where the limits are at a track day or a race weekend, honestly, are very high or very hard, because grip is high and you don't necessarily are in a position to do that. Putting yourself in a position to understand where the limits are is really where we build this understanding. So whether it's mini bike training, whether it's a go-kart track, something that is an environment where maybe the limits are lower and the risk is also lower, that's the place to be able to do that. So building up to those limits and understanding, okay, how I go to the brakes, how I release the brakes, how I initiate lead angle, how I pick up the throttle, how much roll speed can I have, all those different things that lead to building feel of sneaking up on the limit instead of just blowing right through it. So yeah, I think that, do you have to crash to go fast? Yeah, the short answer is no. But you have to put yourself in a position to be able to go that. So I'm going to put that one, do I need to crash to go fast, as yeah, overrated. I don't think that's the case. Yes, there are certain outliers to that. But for the most part, for us normal people, no, we don't need to do that. Second one, should any bike be on track? Boy, this is actually a great topic, and it's one that is changing. You know, the dynamic of this is very different, right? The bikes that are being sold nowadays are much different bikes that were being sold 5, 6, 7 years ago. And now we've got, you know, a bagger racing series, a hooligan racing series at the professional ranks. So I think there's another way to look at this. It's who's riding that bike that might affect this, right? So should any bike be on track? I think so. I think I say yes. And I think, though, it's looking at who is riding the bike and what they're trying to accomplish. You know, if someone's trying to ride a stock bagger in, you know, the A group at a particularly fast track, that might be an issue. Or if it's somebody that's, you know, just starting off on, say, a sport touring bike in the novice group, yeah, that's awesome, right? We're trying to learn how to ride our bikes better. We're trying to get better technique, be safer riders, try to explore the limits of these bikes. And I think the racetrack is a great environment for that. So should any bike be on track? Yeah, I think that's underrated. I think any bike should be on track. And again, you have to also look at it, the environment and who is riding the bike. Airbag protection. Yeah, I mean, this is super simple. Airbag protection, completely underrated. I think the airbag, whether it's a vest or whether it's in the suit, yeah, airbag protection is fantastic. And I think we're just, as technology keeps coming, we're going to see more and more with that. We're actually going to see some advances of that, I think, in the next 12 to 24 months. Yeah, I think airbags are great. I'm guilty of being a little bit lazy with this. I have airbag suits and I don't necessarily wear them all the time, mainly because I can get lazy. I'm in and out of them all the time. But yeah, I think airbag protection is fantastic. And yeah, that's another one that is very underrated. So there you go. Number 9, underrated or overrated.